Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our class with Ifrah. We are so excited to have you here. I just wanted to start out by thanking our sponsors and our partners. We're here partnering with Augsburg Community Garden, and we're going to talk with them in just a little bit. And also the Stewart Community Co-op is a sponsor. And of course, we're here with Ifrah, who we're going to be working with all hour today. So really excited to be here. I am going to pass it over to Greta, who's going to talk a little bit about the Augsburg Community Garden. So Greta, I'm going to change places with you for a couple minutes here.
Hi, welcome everyone. Good to see you. My name is Greta Clowder-Leon. I'm the community garden coordinator here at Augsburg University. I support the community garden. It is largely individual plots and family-run plots. And so I kind of play the connector role between Augsburg, which offers their land, water, resources, and me as a resource for the community members to grow their own food. We have 67 individual plots. We have 3 communal student plots that are for the community. We have some perennial food, apples, raspberry, asparagus, and I'm happy to give you guys a tour afterwards if you're interested. And yeah, we have a few gardeners here, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me or ask them. And just very grateful that you guys are all here. Thank you. Thank you.
So another thing I wanted to make sure that we did welcome to everyone who's come in since I was speaking last. Before we begin, we always start with a land acknowledgement. And here in Minneapolis, we are on the land of the Dakota. Here in Minnesota, I know we have some people joining us from Owatonna on the phone. My parents are always with us. We are on the land of the Ojibwe and Dakota people. So we always want to be mindful and remember whose land we are on. And so I have an initiative called Minneapolis Edible Boulevards. So we teach people in our green zone neighborhoods. If those of you who may not know what a green zone neighborhood is, they're the neighborhoods that have the worst health disparities, the worst environmental injustices. Cedar Riverside is actually in the South Side Green Zone. And this is our first cooking class that we're doing in Cedar Riverside. So we're super excited about that and hope to do more in the future. We also teach people how to grow food safely on their boulevards, that area between the sidewalk and the curb. And so we always do soil testing to make sure it's safe to grow food there. And so that's another thing that we do in the spring into the summer. So I've got more information back there. I have seeds back there for you, seeds that you can grow right now into the end of the fall. So I'd love it if you would take some of those. And then we have free cooking classes up through December. So more information there along with the recipe for today. So those are some things about Minneapolis Edible Boulevards. And yeah, I think we're going to go and get started with our awesome, the reason why we're here, right? So Ifrah and I met at the city, actually, when we were there about some things at the city. Yeah. And so just super excited about green zone issues. Yes. And I'm just super excited that you are here to teach us how to make this East African inspired dish. And so I'm going to have you tell us more about yourself as you're doing the dish. And then I know we have some door prizes back there that we'll be drawing from. So I'm going to pass around the sign-in sheet because the sign-in sheet is how you get access to the possibility of winning one of the prizes. So without further ado, Ifrah.
Good morning, everyone. I am not like a professional cooker. I just cook as a passion, and I just my earliest memory of cooking was when my aunt let me peel a potato with her for the first time, and I had like the fear of not cutting myself. And then from there, I went to the onions and to the potatoes. And then finally, she got me to the stove. And it's like through the cooking is an expression. You don't have to know what you're doing. You just have to just experiment to your likes and your taste and how you like things. And then over time, I started thinking more about like what I'm putting into my body. And I went to school for exercise and health science, and that's my background in education. I care a lot about like what I put in my body, and I also care a lot about my community. And I got connected to the Augsburg Garden years ago when I was doing my public health at the health department. And when Michelle told me about this opportunity, I was like, why not? So right now I have the lentils boiling right now, and I decided to do that because was worried about time. But outside, if you guys can all get up and look, it's just the bag of lentils. I just put it in just water, and I haven't added anything to it. And the idea is that I'm gonna get the bean to be like closer to cooking, so that when we add everything else, we won't have to worry about time, and you guys will get to taste the food. Yeah. So we'll get going. My ingredients that I have, and we have a piece of paper that has the recipe with all the ingredients that you guys could take home and try. But I have an onion, a garlic. I have golden potatoes. That is my preference. You could do red potatoes, any other potatoes that you like. I also like a sweet potato. And then we have carrots, and bell pepper. I like the yellow one for this meal just to add color. It's just for the aesthetics, but you could put the green or the red one too. I have a bag of kale, fresh kale that and then I have coriander, fresh coriander, some spinach, baby spinach, but you can use the big spinach too. And then seasonings, I have the cumin powder. It's a base in Somali meal. We have curry powder, paprika, black pepper, and then I have the oil that I'm using is olive oil. And then this is the thing that I don't know if anyone's familiar. It's a substitute for like when we are cooking, we cook a lot with like chicken stock and beef and chicken cubes. It's called jumbo. It's like a maraq digag. It's very staple in a Somali house. We use that in substitute of salt, but this one is a vegetable-based one. It's an all-purpose seasoning, and it's a substitute for salt in our meal. I hope does that make sense. But this is like the thing that just makes the like just brings everything together.
And you told me there's two kinds.
Yeah, so there's
MSG.
one that has the MSG, and then there's the MSG-free one. So to your preference, yeah. But it's an all-purpose seasoning. The same, I think the equivalent to that is like the like Trader Joe's has a bunch of seasoning that are like all-purpose seasoning that you could put in the chicken or put in soups and stuff like that. So this is Vegeta. I recommend highly to get it, and you could get it in Walmart. I think is the big store that everybody can get it. But any like East African store has this. Any East African halal stores, you would be able to get this from. Yeah, so, and then we'll get going. I'm a little nervous, guys.
You're doing great.
Yeah, so we'll start with chopping your onions. I like to chop my veggies first and then wash it. I know people can do the other way around, but I think onions are okay. The good thing about this meal, it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to chop nicely. You don't have to like it's like everything goes in a pot, and you don't have to, if you are not a chopper, you don't have to be nervous. You know, you could take your time with this. So I don't know how many people are comfortable in the kitchen. Are you guys like first time cookers, like seasoned cookers? Like what does the room look like?
I like to cook.
You like to cook?
I love cooking.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do big. And this is a trick that if you are chopping, like chop from, don't let it go all the way. I don't know. I don't know how detailed do you guys want me to be? Very detailed? I don't want to be speaking down to people, but I'll be as detailed as possible. My trick is I cut and I keep the base so that the onion doesn't fall off. So when I'm chopping, it all comes off very nicely. And you go as deep as, like you keep going until the end, and then you could just lay it down and you just finish the rest off like that. That's the trick that I use. Yeah, so you don't have to, it doesn't have to be pretty. You could go as small as you want. You could go bigger. Because you're gonna saute the onions, so it will all caramelize either way. So you could do bigger chunks. So I like onion. I think it's like good for a good base. It helps. It seems a lot, but it just brings the flavors together. We'll do the potatoes. I was saying you can use a peeler, but I don't use a peeler. I had a peeler here to show you. So you can use a peeler to peel the potato like that. But Somali household, we didn't have a peeler, so when I was learning how to cook, I used to my mom taught me to peel with a knife, so that's what I'm comfortable with. Do you guys use peelers? You use a knife, right? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. You use a knife for everything. Yeah, and I can also show it, which is it's nice because then you don't have to, cooking is so scary because you're like, I don't have this equipment. I don't have this equipment. You just need a knife and you could do everything. So that's what I'll be doing. I don't really have any fancy equipments that will make it hard so that when you guys go home, you don't have to feel like when you're peeling with the knife, you use the base and you keep it away from your finger. That makes sense. Or if you could do this way too, if you feel comfortable. I know this is very dangerous. I learned how to cook like as a 9-year-old. This is the task that I started off with. You could do it like this too, away from your body to start off. Yeah. But this is the method that I have been taught. And the idea is you move your finger before the knife gets to it. I'm sorry if I'm overcomplicating, but it's just, with the kitchen is what you feel comfortable is. And I feel like there's not a right or wrong way of cooking, is what gets you to the meal at the end. Yeah. So I have golden potatoes because, and when you start cooking, and experiment with cooking, you see how different potatoes, some potatoes hold really well and some potatoes are more mushy. So if you're making a dish like mashed potatoes, there's a certain potato that I like the Idaho potatoes for that. For stews, I like the golden potatoes. When I'm roasting potatoes, I like the red potatoes. So there's varieties. God gave us variety in food. So you can experiment with different things, but this is just my preference in this meal. Turned on me, personally, I am a mother of 2 kids. I have a son that's 5 years old and I have a daughter that's 14, and we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. She's more of a baker than a cooker, which is nice because you could tell I'm very erotic. Baking is not for me. I am not a baker. I don't have time to measure things and, follow specific. I'm more of if I was an artist, I would be like a Picasso, messy, I don't follow I have a very type B personality where I'm cluttered in my thoughts, but it's how I express myself. What else? I really, really love, I used to read a lot as a child, and then it became, oh, let me show you carrots. Sorry. With the carrots, you cut off the base. You could tell I don't use the chopping board that much, but you could chop it with the chopping board, and I like to cut the ends off. And then with a peeler, if you use the peeler, you could just peel it like this. So always do it away. I do it towards me. I don't know. It's just my preference. But if you do not have a peeler, this is how Somali families could attest to it. You just put it down and you scrape. That's also one way that you could do it. It's just, it gets it clean. So that's how you can survive without a peeler, which is nice, right? And like for this meal, there's a couple ways that you could cut your carrot. You could cut it like in cube. You could cut it long ways this way, which like gives you like this really nice cute shape. Or you can cut it like circle, like the whole thing, so you don't have to worry about chopping. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you cut it. You can make it thin. You can make it fat, like a more thicker. It does not matter. It is gonna go in the pot and it is gonna turn out to a nice soup. So whatever you feel comfortable with, okay? And I think that's why I went for this meal. It's like it hits the soul really good. You can eat different things with it. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it with bread. You could eat it on its own. So this is the base. You guys could go home and whatever you like, you can add, and this will be like a meal that I know you will enjoy.
Tofu,
Yeah,
any of
tofu.
those kinds of things.
It's quite literally like such a good base. You can never go wrong. You could put it in the fridge for a while and go back to it. Make it in bulk.
So did you get your love of cooking from your parents, your grandparents?
Yeah, my mom, so like different parents have different like demeanor. My mom was very much I have to do things fast. She had, there was a lot of us as children. Our household was a very busy house with a lot of people. So she didn't have the patience to like, walk through stuff with us. So, and I also had like older siblings and they took on more of the duties of like being in the kitchen. So like as a child growing up, like then you can other families can attest to it. You take different roles. So my role was always like cleaning. That's where like I started off. Like I was always the one that was picking up after people in the house. I never really entered the kitchen, but my aunt, who I used to spend a lot of time with, was a cooker too. My mom is a great cook, so now that I'm older, I do cook with her more. But at that time, my aunt she didn't have kids and she would be home and I would be able to follow her around and she gave me that opportunity like to teach me things because she just had more time than my mother. So with her, she would be like, this is how you do this. And that's something that I didn't have with my mom because she was such a busy lady. She had like her own business and was running a household. So yeah, my aunt was the main person. And then with the potatoes, you just cut the way you like. You cut them big. The bigger you cut them, the longer it takes to cook it. So if you make it smaller, it cooks faster. So if you are like running want a quick meal and you want it to cook faster, you could cut the potatoes smaller. But for this meal, I'm going with like just a medium cut. You can like show them. Yeah, just a medium cut. And then the sweet potato, it comes in different sizes. I got a big one just to show you guys, but you can get small sweet potatoes, you know, large sweet potatoes. This is semi-big, but I like the taste of the sweet potato and the golden potato. But if you don't have to cook both, like just having one potato is enough for this meal. And because it's so big, what I would do is I would cut it in half, but I'll be proper and I will use a grater. And and the good thing about this meal too is it has different colors. And different colors have like different nutrients and different. I know, brother, you're the gardener. You can attest, but if I'm speaking accurately, but this is from my knowledge. The more your meal has color, the more variety of nutrients and that you're getting, right? Okay, perfect. So I like a colorful meal. And then and I should grab the lentils. You could pass it around, the lentils, so that you see the lentils that I'm using. I'm using a green lentil, but there's also a red lentil. So a red lentil is also something that you can use as a substitute for the green lentil. The red lentil, for me, the consistency is more mushy. Right, Greta? Yeah, it's more mushy. So like if you want a mushy soup, that's good. I like a soup that has a little like bite to it and it's not as, but you can also, that's my preference. There's no specific.
Red lentils cook faster.
They
too,
cook
right?
faster, super faster. That's why I started ahead with so.
You know if there's any different nutrients in the two kinds of lentils?
I think maybe we can ask ChatGPT. But I know like it's also culturally a lot of Middle Eastern meals use more of a red lentil. Yeah. So for the sweet potato, I just cut through and then I cut it in half. And I'm also gonna go with the same similar size. Do we have any questions? And the good thing about this meal too is you prep everything and then you put everything in, you season, you cover, you wait, and then that's it, you enjoy it. So
AI says red and green lentils have a very similar nutrition profile, offering a comparable amount of protein, fiber, iron, and folate, with red lentils providing a little bit more antioxidants and slightly higher fiber content. Main difference is cooking time and texture.
Thank you, Greta.
I am not a mushy soup. I don't like soups that you blend either. Like a tomato soup, I can't do it. I like a hearty soup that has different bites and different textures. My preference, And then like when it comes to soup, the majority of like Somali households, their soup are like broth-based soup. So like a lot of goat meat broth and you add your potatoes and carrots is the base for every soup in a Somali household. So we prep, this is the main. I'm gonna save this for later. And then like we're gonna add the kale and the spinach towards the end. Wa alaikum salam. So we have our chopped onion, chopped potatoes, sweet potato, golden potatoes, and carrots. I'm gonna use the bell pepper as like a aroma for aroma base towards the end. So the next thing this is another staple in a Somali house is garlic. and cilantro. Garlic cilantro is our main seasoning outside of cumin. This is like every meal that we make. And like for garlic, it's always hard to open it, so I bash it. So you know, just get the anger out the day someone annoys you. So I'm gonna use four cloves, and like the trick that I use for garlic to peel it is this is the thing that got me as a child. This is the one task that I was like, I don't want to peel garlic. But you know, Jamie Oliver, shout out to Jamie Oliver, taught me this trick, and I stand by it. You just cut the end of the clove, like right there. Once you cut it, you just put the knife on top of it and you just slightly hit it, and it will just open up the garlic, and you never have to peel a garlic. Kind of cool, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my trick from Jamie Oliver. Yeah. Mhm.
Do you think the powder and the live garlic, do you think there's a difference?
Oh, big difference. Big difference. Garlic powder has like, I don't know how to say it without, like, nothing beats fresh. You know, it has like you could tell like the artificial taste, because they add like other things to keep it shelf, right? So fresh garlic, don't ever like, if you could put fresh garlic always.
I think garlic powder is also like the whole plant dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
The skins and everything as well.
Really?
I think so.
Oh,
It's not as concentrated.
I didn't know that.
I believe
like-
so.
The good thing about like garlic that I like personally, I probably buy garlic maybe like once every month, and you just leave it, and it takes a while. Yeah.
You can actually plant garlic in the fall.
There
So
you
if
go.
anyone's interested, next, I would say probably in October is a really good time to plant garlic. And then you harvest it in the summer.
And it's so easy to do.
So easy.
See that maybe we all come back here and learn, because
And I was just gonna say, there is nothing better than your own garlic as opposed to store-bought garlic. It is so different.
I just turned off the lentils. So I'm just gonna clean up, and then I'll show you what I do with the.
Does anyone here grow their own garlic now?
You grow your own garlic?
You grew garlic last year, right? I did. I'll say this is the first time it worked. I tried it like 4 other years and it didn't work. But yeah, I don't know what's the difference. I don't know.
So I'm gonna go wash my garlic and wash my cilantro, and then I'll show you how I blend it. And this is what's gonna make your meal really good. Between the garlic and coriander and this, you guys will basically master majority of Somali taste. You know, the taste of Somali food. This is the base. With the cilantro, I'm just gonna use a little bit. So this amount of cilantro would usually like keep me for maybe like 4 or 5 days of me cooking like 3 meals. So it's the cilantro. So I'm gonna use like this amount. So the 4 garlics and this, I'm gonna go wash it, and we'll come back in to the space that we have.
Just
I
a
know this is
second.
the one that you make the guac and stuff on it, but we're gonna use it to crush. But in a Somali household, it's either like made from a metal container or like wood. We call it kalyamoyo. That's what it's called. And we bash. Yeah.
Before you get to bashing,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna let everyone know. So here in the classroom, we have the recipe available in paper form. And then the recipe is also going to be sent out to everyone who registered in digital form. It'll also be on our Facebook page and it'll also be on our website. So there'll be a few places where you can do that. And if you have not signed in yet, please sign in because that'll be your way to win one of the door prizes. So is there anyone who has not signed in yet? Everybody's good? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so we bash this, and the reason why I want to bash this now, I'm gonna let it sit like aside for a while, then the coriander and the garlic gets together. The other way, if you're like busy on time, you know the little like electronic blender that you go, I don't know.
Version blender.
Yeah, that you can use that as well. I don't know what about the bashing, but I feel like it just makes the taste different. You could experiment, but when you blend, you add water to it in order for you to be able to blend with the machine, and I feel like it takes away from the flavor. Personally, but you guys could go and experiment. But and then the reason why it's also different from chopping, like you could chop the garlic and you could chop the coriander as well, but I feel like when you bash, it like releases the flavor. It releases, and it's messy. This is a messy job, but
And
don't
you
get
do it,
scared.
you do it at the end of the week.
Yeah. And the cool thing is you can bash, like make a bunch of this and then you put it in the freezer. And like the other trick also is if you blend it, you could put it in the ice cubes and put it in the freezer, and then you just have the cubes that you could just add to the meal.
What I meant was if you have hard work week.
Yeah.
then you-
Yeah. Whoever is
Yeah.
I lived in London, so I used to take the bus a lot. And like I used to miss the bus, so sometimes the bus driver would see me and he'll close the door on me.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
would go home and that driver made me late to school because we don't have like school buses. Most people either walk or take buses to go to school in London. So sometimes the driver would see you running up and then close the door. But this is the consistency if you guys. So now that we have everything, I think we'll go to the actual cooking. I don't know, are you guys gonna all stand up and see what I'm doing? After I wash, we can do that.
Okay.
So the cool thing is I'm gonna wash my onions separately, but then the carrots and the potatoes you can all wash all at one go. And I don't know how we are on time.
It's 11:40.
40?
11:39.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You guys okay with being later? So then I put the carrots and the potatoes together. 1 hour. Just the talking, guys, just the talking. This probably would have taken 35. Okay, so I'm gonna wash the onions and then we'll get started.
Probably always takes longer. And for me, and I always think, oh, this is an easy one pot meal. And that takes an hour. I don't know how people do it.
So I have a big pot. Okay. This is the lentil that I boiled. So it looks like this. It's good that I boiled it before so that we don't have to wait for the boiling.
Yeah.
If you guys could follow me, then I'll show you. I already washed my pot. Some like safety, because we're going to be putting the oil to the pot, something you learn at a younger age if you know, but make sure that your pot is dry before you add the oil. That's like step one. So we're gonna just give it a little. You guys can look, it's wet. Then we're gonna add the oil. We're using olive oil, and I'm gonna use like a quarter. Like this amount, it's like a quarter. This is a quarter cup. It seems like a lot of oil, but the soup is a lot. So if you think of it in serving, it's like nothing. Do we feel good? Do you guys feel like this is something that you guys can try out? We'll try at home? Yeah. Okay. I don't wanna overwhelm. So the pot is dry now. We're gonna add the oil. And then we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, it wasn't fully dry, but it's okay. And then when you wash your onions, try as much as possible to dry as much of the water. Okay, this is like scary for a lot of people, but don't be scared. Just add the onion. When it gets to the and like the oil feels like a lot, but you guys can come to take turns. But at the onion, we're gonna wait like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. And I want you guys to come look. You'll see the difference. Like the onion is like, we're gonna wait till the onions to be like translucent. Translucent, like it would look like watery, like a yellowy color. And then I like red onions, but you can also use white onions. There's no preference. Wait like 2 minutes, and then while this is happening, I'll go wash the potatoes and stuff.
Does anyone grow onions? We'll see if mine grow this year. I only have maybe 2 or 3, but like chives and walking onions, those I grow really well because I don't have to do anything with them.
So the trick, you could like, depending on your time, you could really let this onion like really caramelize, you know, like brown. Like right now, if you look, the onion, this is very important because the longer you leave it, the more of the onion taste that comes out. So if you wait a while for it to caramelize and turn like as close to brown, it's good. But if you don't have that much time, because we're making, like if we were making Somali rice, like yeah, we will wait for the onion, you know? But since it's a soup, you can like 2-3 minutes, you're good to go because you've released the flavor of the onion. You guys want to look again and see what's changed, or are we good?
I will.
Yeah, can do. So then now this is the step that I add the coriander and
This is gonna smell good.
yeah. We never waste, so I'm gonna hold on to this because it still has. Don't have the room. But I'm gonna add the garlic and the cilantro. And what this does is it creates the richy, flavorful taste of the soup. And like this taste is gonna smell so good. Guys, smell that? Guys want to look? Anyone wants to look?
People behind you.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. You guys smell that? That's a Somali house smell. Am I right? Yeah. We're your neighbors, we're sorry. So then after a few minutes, like straight away,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll add the potatoes. And the potatoes and carrots, they have similar cooking times. It would be different if we were like roasting it, putting it in the oven, you know? Potatoes take a while. But the good thing about carrots is carrots they hold their shape, you know, they just get more watery and less crunchy. But if you put them in the same time as the potato, it it balances each other out. So then I hope that I don't make you guys late. It's the talking. I'm not used to the talking and the cooking. So do you guys want to look? So you can tell like we haven't added any salt or anything. Come look. We haven't added any salt or any seasoning. I like to do that part at the end. I know when it comes to seasoning, a lot of times you can season a lot or you could season too little because of the time that you seasoned. So this is what I do to make sure that my seasoning happens at the right time. Is I wait until I put all my ingredients together and then I season, and I feel like that just helps. So now we already have the lentils. They're cooked. They're very mushy. Do you guys see it?
Oh, yeah.
And because potatoes usually take 20 minutes or so to I only did this step because of time and the fact that I'm doing a cooking class. But and because I was talking, it kind of got stuck at the bottom, but it's okay. Yeah. So then
Was that a whole bag of the beans
yeah, the whole
Okay.
bag, 2 bags.
or the
2
lentils?
cups. So then we added everything in, right? We're gonna put the seasoning now.
Okay.
Spoon. That's my spoon. Thank you. So much. I should have done this before. I always struggle with this part. Maybe
You need help opening this.
I didn't want to be violent. So we have some cumin, your curry powder. And you guys are probably wondering like when the salt part comes in, but I got you guys. So around like a teaspoon, because this is a big pot. And like this amount of soup would last you quite literally a week or even more. If you put it, so I added the paprika. Do you guys smell that? Good. And like be sure to keep stirring so that
So I know you have in the recipe, are there like a couple tablespoons or something of each of those?
yeah. If it depending on how much seasoning you like, I would start with like the teaspoon, the one smaller than this, and then taste it. Then if you feel like there's more flavor that you need, then you could go bigger. But because I tend to just I know the flavor, that's why. And then we're gonna get some water. Cover. The trick is I've left the pepper and I haven't done the salt yet. I'll do it after.
And how much cumin powder?
Hmm?
How much cumin powder do we
Ouch.
put in?
The measurement, I would say like 3 cups of water is how much would go, but the trick that I use is to cover.
Okay.
If you guys want to come look, you just make sure the water covers. So if you put little and you still see like, then you would know. But 3 cups for this recipe, 3 cups of water. I would start with 2 and then add the third.
Was it a teaspoon of cumin?
It was all 1 tablespoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all 1 tablespoon of the cumin, the paprika, and the curry powder.
Okay.
So then I didn't in the recipe, it's in there, but I didn't put in the recipe, it would even tell you how much. I think I put the water in
Okay.
there. But with the Vegeta and the black pepper, I do it to taste. So and it's like with salt. So with this and the black pepper, if you like more of a, and I like to put this at the end after I've put the water in, because then it's like you're getting a true like a salt taste instead of you putting it when you didn't have the water and then you add the water and then that throws off the taste of the salt. So for this, I would start with like 1. This is quite, I don't know how to explain it, but it's more of like you add and you taste. Is that?
Yep.
Like 1 more. So 2 teaspoons. Do you guys want to look? And then you guys can taste as well. Smell it. And then the black pepper, I like, instead of, I like to do like, I would say a quarter, or like a quarter of a teaspoon, not even a tablespoon. And then you see how spicy that is for you. I like pepper, so I'll move it to the other one. But once you've done that, what I do is I save this part to the end. But once you've done that, you cover and you just wait for the potatoes to cook, and you put it in like medium heat, and like don't open it because the steam will steam the potatoes and stuff. How's that?
Awesome.
And that's basically where we will go. And then like after like 10 minutes, I'm very sorry, I'm very behind time. After like 10 minutes, we'll check on the potatoes, and that's where we will add the greens, the spinach and the kale, and they probably take like 3 minutes to cook. And you just want like it to flow in the soup, the greens. How's that? Okay. So I just like this type of kale, but you can also use like collard greens, you know, like sukuma. Yeah, you can use sukuma. You could, yeah. And I like it because of when I eat kale in salad, I feel like it's like this is how I get myself to eat more greens. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna just cut it like big size, and you don't have to use the whole kale, but I would do like that amount, like half. And like the reason why like this is like my go-to meal too, and it's like one of the meals that I like to teach like my baby cousins and my daughter. It's like with cooking, you get so intimidated with like how you cut things, how you prep things. So outside of you could take your time chopping this however way you want. You don't have to worry about how, there's not a lot of measuring, everything cooks at the same time. If we weren't in the class today, I would have just added the lentils dry in that and covered. But I only I got nervous. I'm like, I don't want you guys to sit around waiting, but you just put it's like one pot. One pot. Yeah. Do we have questions?
Oh, what's your favorite dish?
My favorite, it can be a Somali rice. So but it's hilib, you can't.
And most.
Yeah.
And then Somali rice.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe we can do that one time because I realized Somali rice is vegan.
what is it?
It's just so you know how it's all about how you prep. It's all about the prepping and the seasoning. Somali rice, like in Western culture, the rice is a side dish, and like even with like Asian culture, the rice is a side dish. In like African culture and like Somali culture, the rice is the main dish, right? The rice is the main. So like we saute, we add the rice, we add broth, we put it in the oven. It's like has a Somali a Somali household. That's like one of the things that like you're a good cook if your rice is good, right? Yeah, if your Somali rice is not good, you can't say you're a Somali cooker. Yeah, it's like a make it or break it. It's the dish that when your in-laws come, if you get married, like you want to impress them with a good Somali. It's the main thing.
Wow.
So you choose Buris over pasta, right?
I choose baris. Well, I choose baris over pasta, but I like baris is kukaris. I feel like pasta is kukaris. Pasta is kukaris for me is, yeah. And pasta is kukaris is like, you know how you have your like your spaghetti and your sauce? Like a pasta is kukaris means pasta cooked together, and you're cooking the pasta in the sauce. Yeah, so like the penne, it's in the sauce. Yeah. It's really good. Yeah.
So I'm sorry if this is a dumb question,
There's
but
no such thing as a dumb question.
do you know how spaghetti became a part of the Somali food way?
Do you want the Somali propaganda or do you want like the Western propaganda? Because you can have both.
I want Somali.
So Somali was colonized by Italy, the south of Somalia. So Italians say they brought pasta to us. Somali, I've heard and I've read like books that say that Italians took pasta from us. But like that's what I mean. Do we want the Somali? And like maybe I'm sorry. No, I don't want to upset any Italians. But like our Somali pasta is just and like I would never recommend to eat Somali pasta from a restaurant because they make like the basic bolognese, like the basic, and they're doing it because of time. They want to make the meal and serve it to you as fast as possible. But like with Italian families I've seen, like the sauce takes a couple hours to make, and Somali pasta, I don't know, I'm biased, but it's very good. And I feel bad for like, maybe we should do like a day where we cook Somali food and you guys get to eat it because I can't even recommend a restaurant, but I can recommend restaurants for Somali rice. But you can't recommend restaurant for Somali pasta. Am I wrong?
Yeah, right.
You can, yeah. It's never, the home one is always better. Yeah.
Okay, so I had not heard that
Yeah,
about
but that's
pasta coming from.
it's a Somali propaganda. And the Somalis and Italians have very similar personalities. We speak with our hands and But
Okay.
we were colonized by Italy, so a lot of our like grandparents and parents speak Italian and
Oh,
went
wow.
to school in Italy, and there's a deep culture tie there.
Thank you for teaching me that.
I was trying to add is that actually some people told me when the Italians, I don't know, that guy told me when they were introducing, they introduced pasta with the schools. So they used to bring saldata. Saldata means it's a pasta with ground beef, and it's so nice, so
Yeah.
tasty.
Yeah, like
So for people to learn the taste and the kids to ask the parents to cook for them, they brought the school for free. So they give the kids free pasta, free, but the guy told me it was 1970s. So he told me they gave us, and then that time he said we were eating our rice and also we were eating our, maize, and then, something called sor, which is the, ground maize. And he said we used to love our maize, but now we changed our diet, and now we are asking the mom to cook pasta, and we are talking about pasta all the time. And it also became a classic thing that when you eat pasta with the meat, so it's like you are higher class.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
pasta is a luxury.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember growing up with like rice was so accessible, but the days that we had pasta as a meal, like we weren't late to come home, you know? Yeah, but pasta, we love so much. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? What I'm doing right now is I'm just getting the bell pepper. And like the bell pepper in Somali culture, we add it to the end as like a aroma. You know, it does something. But I know like I don't know, for the most part with bell pepper, yeah, we like the smell. It's because of the aroma. I don't know. I don't think it does anything in terms of taste.
Mm.
Yeah, but it just ties we care a lot about aroma in
It's more
Somali.
vitamin C than an orange.
Really? Greta is coming with the fun fact. I like it. Yeah. So this is the bell pepper, the kale, and the spinach is the finishing touch.
I saw some people eating the bell pepper. The way
Yeah,
it is.
yes. They put like in salads and like I know right now I learned from TikTok like a nice dense bean salad. That stuff is good. I would have never thought to make food like that, but it's so good. I'm gonna add the whole bell pepper just so that I'm not wasteful, but a small amount is fine. You can't add too much or too little. It's like we're doing it for the aroma.
Sure. Mhm.
And that's pretty much. Any questions? Any feedback? Any? Do you guys eat lentils? Who here eats lentils? Who's a lentil eater? Have you had lentils before? This is your first time?
Woohoo!
Oh, I'm excited. It's like a bean. The bean.
They're super cool.
They're very, very good.
They're really good for you too.
I like when I first offered to make something for the class, I wanted to make like ambulo, but I was told ambulo is just like it's a bean and maize meal, like that's it. But then I was told that we are trying to promote things that we can grow. So I was like, okay, then I went for the lentil. Yeah, but we have meals that are just bean, just like bean.
I don't know how many of you are local, but regardless of your location, Augsburg has a food shelf on campus that anyone can access. They also have a Greens for Good program that they're at right now. So on Saturdays, they get a ton of vegetable from the Mill City Farmers Market, and you can pick it up on campus. They're open from 2 to 5, Monday through Thursday. And if you want, you can also contact them after hours and get produce and food. You don't have to prove your eligibility. It's really open to anyone. So if anyone wants more information or wants to connect, I can help them with that too. The Greens for Good is a really cool program, and they have a ton of veggies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, oh, hi, Cynthia.
Oh, hi,
Just in time. I just thought, let's smell this.
You can smell it from the door. Yeah.
You want to sign in for the door prize? Okay, we'll get you signed up for the.
What I'm doing is I'm gonna wash the kale, the bell pepper, and the spinach so that it's ready for when we have to add it. So I would do like 2 cups of spinach. And because because I'm adding everything, I just wash them all together.
Yeah.
I mean, it saves time. So which I like to see if like the potatoes and the sweet potatoes is ready. I like to use a regular spoon and then just like push it on the pot to just see if it's ready or not.
What
I'm
already?
gonna check right now.
Okay.
So I would say like we have 5 more minutes to go, and this is the perfect time to add. Do you guys want to come look so that you know?
The perfect time to add what?
Maybe we touch like you see, it's like
Ooh.
it's like
I know.
yeah. This is like the perfect time to add, and that's how you know like it's ready. And now I'm gonna add the
Oh,
beef.
wow.
Good, right?
Mm. And if need be, I can do a garden tour too.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And then, so you see how we added the rest of the kale, the spinach? Do you remember how I said I like to keep this to the end? Tiniest little water. And like wash, and like this would add that extra little aroma. And then like the garlicky, and you're not wasting. It's just good. And it adds the flavor to it. Like the flavor that we had at the beginning, and this. And then always when you're in the kitchen, you taste. Don't ever get scared of tasting what you're making. So I'm gonna just taste
Good reminder.
where my salt is, and because I'm making for a group of people that's so different, I'm gonna leave it like this. But if your salt if it's just not salty enough for you, like you can always just add salt.
You got salt.
But I'll leave it this way. And then I would say 2-3 more minutes and we're done. The food will be ready.
Do you want to do these here, Michelle?
Perfect. So then should we do these?
Yeah.
Yay.
And I feel like you should separate it like this. I feel like one person should like get the rest. What do you
Oh,
think?
I think we could send something home with a lot of people.
Yeah, you go.
So, so maybe let's start out with the main prizes.
Okay.
Should we do that? Want to pick, let's see.
Oh, it's a
Jack.
number.
You want to, we'll give you a number and you can say the person's number.
Okay. Number 16.
Zabita.
Zabita.
Yay!
Congratulations.
you. Lovely.
Going to 14.
Sophia.
Oh, Sophia had to leave, but I can get her that.
Okay.
She's one of the
awesome.
student interns.
Awesome. Okay. Welcome.
Hello.
We have, we'll mix it because it seems like it's in order.
I'm gonna be. Is
7.
that you? Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, we've got some olive oil.
Oh, that's a good deal.
15.
Justice.
Oh, that's Sophia's partner. You can do someone else.
Okay.
We have 5.
Leah.
Yay.
Thank you. I forgot oil when I went to the store the
Oh,
other day.
fantastic.
Should we do the spices?
Should we do all the spices together? And then all the greens together?
Yep, and then we'll do this
Then
as a
put it
separate
on.
one.
Okay, perfect.
Woohoo.
We have 3.
That's me.
Yeah. What a score.
Thank you.
Yep. Number
Sam.
2.
See hands?
Where is she?
See
Oh, did she leave?
Oh, she was letting people in.
Oh, okay.
So see hand gets this?
Yeah.
Okay, this for see hand.
Okay,
And then
last one.
I'll do 9.
Angie.
Yeah.
Get the Vegeta.
Oh, I made my own veggie wrap, so I don't need that. So if somebody else
Perfect, somebody
wants
else.
that.
Right.
We have number 1.
Spencer.
Spencer.
All
Woo.
right. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.